Lawrence, good morning.
Morning, Martin. How are you, sir?
Fine, and you?
Very well, thank you.
Okay.
Good morning, Didi.
Good morning, Lawrence. How are you?
Golfing already?
Not yet. 8:30.
Okay.
Just walking my dog.
Oh, good job.
Lawrence, are you close to Fort Lauderdale?
Yes.
Okay. I've got this prospect I've been talking to, and I was going to get him on a call with Scott, but Scott was traveling and we couldn't make it up. So maybe I can utilize you.
Utilize me. Okay.
I'd love to do that.
Okay. Of course.
So I will call you after this call. Would that work?
I have a call at 10, actually.
Okay.
But at then at 11 we've got our other call. At noon we could do that. Good morning, Dr. Tears.
Good morning, sir.
How about
Always
later in
looking
the
forward to
afternoon?
your
I'll call you.
inspiration.
I'm sorry, you said,
Al-
James, you
Always look forward to hearing your inspiration.
well, no pressure there, right? It's very kind of you to say that, though, but it's for me, it's fascinating to grow personally with the thoughts that I have to put for myself, and I wonder if it hopefully would be useful for everybody else as well. So it is 8, we're right on time. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, Robin, the Ripples, Jim, everybody that like a lot of people on here. So good morning, everybody. So um, before we do anything, of course, the slaughterhouse of failure is not in our destiny. We shall persevere until we succeed. Augmandino. That's actually modified. Or when I say we, or it is in our destiny if we quit. So the only way we can fail at anything is if we quit. So this is not for quitters. Um, so today we've been talking about John Maxwell and the levels of leadership. We've been talking about Ikigai. In fact, last week we had quite a good discussion on Ikigai because that's fundamental to everything we do, in my humble opinion. So what I thought today would be to kind of make a little melange, a little mixture of the two, and bring to bear some of the salient things that we need to focus on in our businesses. So the main thing is that leadership is about influence. And I have a couple of points that I wanted to bring out, and then we could go into those a little bit more. There's a lot of stuff as usual. The more you go into looking at stuff at what is possible and what we can achieve, the more fertile the ground becomes. So I wanted to say leadership is purpose, education, and action. And I'll go into all of those. And it's not just to manage tasks. It's to ignite the purpose. Got to help everybody find their sweet spot, their mojo, their what they love to do. Hopefully we can marry, and this is one of the big things about the 4 points of Ikigai, where we have four of the salient points that Ikigai says that fit like a glove in our own hand, because they are all things that we can achieve and do. I'll go those in a second. But also I want to just start with a quote from Richard Branson. He says, "You don't learn to walk by following rules." Richard Branson has over 40 companies. He's absolutely brilliant. He's been a thought leader and a thought and an active person putting his thoughts into action for many, many years. At first, people thought he was nuts, the crazy guy. But he actually has shown the way. And I think that little quote is, you don't have to learn to walk by following rules. You learn by falling down and getting up. And that's what leadership is about. That's what entrepreneurship is about. So if we look at what we're actually doing, and I think Jim said there's something about contribution. It's much deeper than just trying to sell things. We're actually making a huge difference to people's lives. And that is a contribution that we are doing, we're giving, we're offering. So the contribution is one of the big things. And the fulfillment comes from contributing to something larger than ourselves. We want help. We want people to feel, we want everybody to feel, starting for ourselves, that our work matters. It's not just a job, J-O-B, it's something that matters. That it's an effort that we have to help others, that whatever we are doing creates value. So what we do matters. We've got to bear that in mind all the time. We're doing something important. We're doing something that matters, meaningful. So by doing this as a team, we hopefully can instill clear purpose in what we're doing collectively and shared mission. The strength lies in us, in we, in together, in a team. That's where the strength lies. It's not in me, you. It's not the individual. It's the team. So we've got to support each other collectively. That's the strength, one of the strengths that we have. So many ways of looking and doing this. So our mission in lives, in my opinion, these are things I sucked out yesterday to look at, or at least from what I've been writing. Sustainability, purpose. I'm going to go to each one just for a second, but sustainability, purpose, contribution, fulfillment, inspiration, and being meaningful. Something larger than ourselves. So how do we do these things? So for example, how are we achieving this in our business? When we talk about sustainability, we're talking about subscriptions. If we apply because these are just nice words, sustainability, yeah, sustainability. But how does that actually work? Well, sustainability is if we have an ongoing business. If we have something that is sustainable for the people that are working with us and how they can continue to thrive in that business. And of course, subscriptions. That's obviously the word sustainability. When we look at purpose, We're helping others achieve what they want. By doing that, we achieve what we want. That's purpose. The purpose is to help others achieve what they want, and then we get what we want. Contribution, well-being, and economic independence. That's a contribution that our business can help each individual do and be. Economic independence, well-being. Well-being includes our health, it includes our families, it includes everything. So we look at this and we say, wow, we really serve a purpose. We really are doing something constructive to help people. Fulfillment, meaning to our lives and those in our circle of influence. When those 5 or 6 words that I used at the beginning, fulfillment and purpose and so on, if we look at this and say fulfillment, and how many people do we know that are really fulfilled in their lives? I mean, you look around and ask people, are you happy with what you're doing? Do you love your job? Do you love your work? Do you feel you're making a real difference to the world? Most people say, geez, I just want to cover my costs. I just want to pay the bills. I just want to survive. That's a sad state of affairs. So, inspiration. So, that's another one of those words. Inspiration. With economic peace of mind, when we do well economically, we begin to have peace of mind. Although money is not everything, it does help to alleviate at least some of the things that are in our system of being, of living. And that is the first step is to try and have a financial peace of mind. Because when you've got a financial peace of mind, then you can allow your mind to wander into doing constructive things, inspirational things, things that are not just to do with our work, not just to do with our daily chores. We become inspired to do other things. And that's where that's where great things happen. I mean, when I say great things happen, we do things that are not in our daily path of have tos, but want tos. Our job should be want to as well. We should actually want to do what we're doing, love to do what we're doing. We've discussed all that. But also, as soon as we've got over what we should be doing, that we have to do, then we can do all the things we want to do. And meaningful results give us the time to dedicate ourselves to important aspects of our lives. Family, friends, community, health, spirituality. See, that's the wheel of life. The wheel of life is this cake of these what do you call it, segments of these various parts that give us meaning. Our families. You know, I look back now and I say how much I neglected my family, years of it, because I was focused too much on what I considered to be the immediate priorities of money and status and having stuff. When you've got all that, it becomes meaningless. Extra, I mean, you can only, do you need a second car? Do you need a third car? Do you need another house? Do you need all these other things? What do you need? You need more your family. You need to be more for your family. You need to be for your friends, for your community. You need to take care of your health. A lot of us disregard our health by not sleeping and, having adequate sleep, by not eating correctly. Spirituality, that's a big one. How many of us are spiritual? I'm not trying to get on any soapbox of anything, but I'm just saying, spirituality, health, community, friends, family. These are things that are really important. And how do we get there? We get there by the first step of helping others achieve what they want, and we achieve what we want. And we look at the 4 points of Ikigai, and it goes in like a glove in our hand. Everything that Ikigai suggests is what we can offer. We can offer those. Are we making a difference to our lives? Are we making a difference to other people's lives? And we've got this moment in time of the prism of unique, exclusive, patented product with no competition. Who's got no competition? We have, which is a problem because we kind of take it, oh, well, we got no competition, so there's no urgency. Yes, there is. Technology is galloping forwards, and it won't be long before we have more competition. It won't be long. Already we've got watches that can measure antioxidants. We didn't know that. I didn't know that 10 years ago that they would even be able to do that. And yet they can. They can't yet do anything about it because they don't have the algorithms that we do. We've got 26 million now, many more. The algorithms of the information that we've collected over these years. That's the advantage we've got. But the advantage, we've got to make sure that we're taking advantage of that or making the most of that advantage with urgency and seeing how many people we can get. Scott talks about, um, the company plans to have 10 million prisms by the year 2030. How many of those will each one of us be able to have by that time? Why? Because that's going to give us the peace of mind of the financial stability that we need as the first step, if you haven't already got it. But it will help a lot of people, could help millions of people help their lives with better health, helping their own peace of mind as well. That's what leadership is about, influence. I mentioned that. That's what is happening. And here we're telling people how we can help what is happening. And people are saying, what's happening inside my body? Everybody's looking for some magic pill, some elixir. What can I do about it? How can I prove it in real time? These are questions that we can answer. What's happening in your body? We can more or less get an idea of at least some parts of that, by those biomarkers. What can I do about it? Well, first of all, we can measure where we are. We can then, what can we do about it? We've got some solutions that might be able to contribute to better health. So, more powerful than selling, it's empowering a decision. I actually put a thing on LinkedIn about that, a question, a poll. Is selling more important than empowering a decision? Or what is the difference? And actually empowering a decision, that's what we're doing, because selling is something that is just a spontaneous thing that some people sometimes do if they, it's a spontaneous thing. Whereas empowering a decision will make that sale or that purchase from you, better still, they're going to buy from you rather than you selling, buy from you with a certain amount of reason and understanding the importance of what they're buying. So an entrepreneur waits for nothing. Most people wait for certainty before they act. We don't. We're entrepreneurs. So we're not spectators in this thing. We're the active leaders. We've got to take this leadership. We've got to get on. I mean, I'm a horse person. I love horses. So get on the saddle, grab the reins, and spur the horse forward. The horse is ourselves. We've got no excuses at all. So let's move from information to influence, from influence to action, and from action to transformation. There's a lot of stuff in there, but what I'm trying to inspire is that in our own minds, that's what these calls are about. They're about mindset. The tool is the company. That's our vehicle, excuse me. The vehicle is the company. And the tools are what the company's scientific group of brains produce for us. Unique, exclusive, patented, no competition. I've said this for years. Science, technology, innovation, the passport to the future. Ride this. Use your passport right now. There's nobody that has anything yet close to what we've got. And I'm saying yet because I don't know how long this window of unique opportunity we have. But there's nothing lacking. We've got everything. Everything. Any questions? Any comments? Any ideas? By the way, A4M is starting today in West Palm Beach. If you know anybody in Florida, look for the zip code, the area codes 561-954-305-786. Look for people in your phone and invite them to the to A4M or tell them that if they know someone going, the people from your team will be going there as well. The A4M. I just wanted to mention that. Don't forget that it starts today until Sunday. And Robin, a shout out to you because you've taken the lead on that. That's real leadership. You've stepped up and you're absolutely leading by example, and you're a rock star. So, little shout out to you.
Thanks, Lauren.
Cook sorry, just one other thing. Michael Cook is going to Spain today. So is Linda, and so are some other people on the call. So, Michael, congratulations. Linda, congratulations. Everybody else that's going on to Spain, congratulations. And go ahead, Robin. You're going to say something because I want to say something afterwards.
No, I was just gonna say thanks, Lawrence, for that. But yeah, it'll be great. The A4M. So if you know anybody, just let us know, and we'll take care of them for you if they're there.
Thank you, Robin. Yeah, you've got Robin. Herschel's Dr. Steele will be going. I don't know who else is going right now from here, but there are several people going. You can call me and I'll let you know who else is going if I didn't write it down. But so the other thing is that I also wanted to point out is that we are halfway through this month, and all you have to do for new people is to get become brand rep and get 2 brand reps this month. And Japan, Yokohama, will be your next destination. And for the people that are on this call, you've got to get your front line 2 new brand reps to qualify as brand reps. And you'll also qualify for Yokohama. I mean, it could not be easier. Could not be more simple. Easy, it's never easy. It's simple. Anybody got any comments about anything? Yes, sir, Martin. Oh, okay. Thought you were going to say something. Nobody got any comments? Nobody got anything? Dialogue, people. Comment. Anything resonate? Something not resonate? Something sounds good or doesn't sound good or can improve? What can we do? How can we help our teams? Got any ideas, Jim?
Well, I mean, you did a great job of laying out the path for us with this particular business and why it's even there. Why are we even on this call? Why are we even on this call? And it's, to me, it just derives so much from what we see. Someone has spoken to us, and we see something very purposeful for ourselves. It's the only reason. And then there are those who take it even further. They take action. I guess they do the Branson approach, and they don't just listen and say, well, that's interesting. Boy, that sounds purposeful. And then they walk on and just, keep doing their job like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill. They really are inspired. And that's one thing that you brought up,
Yeah.
a major role we have is as influencers. It's for us
Did you
important for
return the
us to
bananas?
in it's important for us to influence others and inspire them the way we have been influenced and inspired.
Well, thank you, Jim. I certainly hope that these calls resonate with action, because action, I mean, information without action is just trivial pursuit. The information we have got to be actionable, and we have to take action for it to be of any purpose, serve a purpose.
Yeah, I think that it's really great to be part of an organization that you see the organization is so meaningful and purposeful in helping people, but in fact, our own participation is measured by the check we get. Because you always know the more money you make from this business means the more people you are actually helping. And if it's not growing, then you're not growing. I'm talking to myself, by the way.
But also, there's another thing on what you said, Jim, because this is important too. If we're following the system and we're not progressing as fast as we should, we need to look at these lead and lag measures. What are we saying? Can we improve what we're saying? For example, I speak to a lot of people and I don't resonate with probably with most of them. There's something wrong. Why? I've got to introspect and I've got to look at the lag and say, well, what did I say that could have been better? How can I have gotten more attention from that, action from that person?
Well, first of all, you are so far ahead of most people in your knowledge on these particular topics. I think such a critical part is our full focus should be find out where that person is. We've got to ask questions right up front, and they need to be sincere, which means we want the answers. We want the answers so we can take what we know and effectively convey it to them in a manner that's going to help their life, not ours, theirs.
100%. Because everybody is different. You talk to a nurse and she or he have different views than, say, an airline pilot. So that's why we have to ask the questions. You're absolutely right. And that's where I ask all those immediate questions. Tell me who you are in 5 words.
But
And
it's also
somebody,
asking questions that are not just trying to lead to us showing them something we know. It's questions that are founded with empathy. We have empathy for them. We understand that they probably don't know what we know. And we feel in our hearts what we do know could be of benefit to them, their children, their spouse. But it doesn't pay at all to just show them how smart we are. We have to truly speak to them with empathy and understanding and get to know them where they're coming from. That's the starting point.
thank you. We also say people don't know how much, they don't care how much you know, but it's how much you care. And we say that, but we've got to actually walk the talk. And I remember there was an event in Orlando, and I think we had like 7 or 8 doctors there, and they listened to the team elites on stage talking about, they were asked some questions and so on. I remember three of the doctors talking amongst each other and said, my God, we got to dumb it down because they know too much stuff. And they say, we've actually got to dumb it down. So right to the point, Jim.
Maybe it's not dumb it down, it's care it up. Care more about
I
them.
love it. Care
Yeah.
it up, you're right. But dumb it down on the scientific point of view from the doctors. That's what I was meaning. But
Exactly.
yes, care it up. 100%. Good. Care it up. Anybody?
I have something. Hi,
Yes,
Lawrence.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I like what you said. Something you said reminded me of a quote by Zig Ziglar. You can have everything in life you want if you just will help enough other people to get what they want. And I just think that's so true. And I thank you for mentioning that. I have to remember that more. Success grows when you serve others. So, the more we help people, the more impact we make.
Thank you. It's actually true because if you love what you do, I mean, for example, I went to see somebody 2 weeks ago. I think I mentioned it, and um, he said, I've been accused of thinking about money. And I said, I don't even want to talk about money. I want to talk about how much you're helping people. You've got, I think he had 250 or 350 healthcare centers. I said, that's why you're making so much money, because you're helping people. And he said, I never thought about it that way. Ah,
I think it's all about the values, Lawrence. One of the things we need to probe for early on is to see what the values of these individuals we're talking to are. Because clearly, the gentleman you just mentioned started a business that happened to be successful and he replicated it over and over, probably from what you're saying, without ever looking at what the values behind that business might be.
totally agree. That's good. Values. All right. Well, we're on time. So thanks everybody for being on the call. Appreciate everybody. Blessings. Have a good weekend. And don't forget to call if you know anybody in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, West Palm Beach, in those areas.
And Lawrence, once again, who is going to be there? Robin, presumably Steve.
Robin is there. Dr. Herschel Steele, I think he's on the call. He'll be there. I'll be there.
Sheila?
Sheila, yes, Sheila will be there.
Jennifer
John
Pima?
Swartz, I think, will be there. Yes, he will be there too. John Swartz as well. So, and I'm maybe somebody else from this call.
I may ask an old friend to come by and see Lawrence, if I may.
Please do.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Michael, have a good trip. Blessings.
Bon voyage, Michael.
Thank
Bon
you. Thank you,
voyage.
Martin.
And enjoy the food and enjoy everything else. God bless you. Take care.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Robin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.